Welcome and thank you for joining us for this Neometals Investor Update. My name is Christy Bryson from Investor Relations Consultancy Corporate Storytime. Neometals is a diversified project developer focused on gold and critical minerals with a portfolio spanning sustainable upstream resource opportunities and downstream processing technologies. I'm pleased to be joined today by Chris Reed, Managing Director and CEO of Neometals. In this session, we'll be discussing the announcement about Neometals' strategic re-entry into the upstream critical minerals through our investment in the Utah Brine Project in the United States. Chris, can you please run us through what Neometals has announced today?
Sure, Christy. So today we've entered into a binding agreement to acquire a 51% interest in Utah Brine Corporation, which holds a portfolio of lithium and potash tenure applications over more than 80,000 acres in Utah's Paradox Basin, a region prospective for brine-hosted lithium and potash. Utah Brine Corporation, or UBC as we refer to it, has signed a well access agreement giving it exclusive access to existing oil and gas wells, inactive, infrastructure and subsurface data.
Why is this transaction strategically important?
This transaction represents a low-cost, high-leverage entry into a Tier 1 jurisdiction and aligns us with our strategy to build exposure to critical minerals. Lithium and potash are both on the US critical minerals list. The project is located in Utah, which is a well-established and supported mining jurisdiction within a known lithium potash basin. We're also leveraging the existing infrastructure and data, which significantly reduces both the capital intensity and the timeline of our technical evaluation. At a strategic level, this positions Neometals within the US critical minerals supply chain where there's strong policy support and potential access to government funding and streamlined permitting pathways.
What makes this project technically compelling?
Christy, there's sort of three key technical advantages. So firstly, the project targets brine-hosted lithium and potassium or potash. The historic well data indicates potentially economic concentration, so that's a big tick for us. Secondly, we plan to utilize direct lithium extraction or DLE, which allows selective recovery from lower grade brines. Thirdly is the infrastructure and utilities advantage. You know, the project is serviced by multiple high voltage power lines with an industrial tariff from Rocky Mountains Power in the range of 2.7 to 6 US cents a kilowatt hour. Obviously, that depends on the time of day and season, but that is a sustainable advantage over most jurisdictions. The licensors who we're getting the access to the wells off are also the majority owners of the Lisbon natural gas processing plant, which is connected naturally to their own fields, but also to third-party pipelines, which is potentially provides us to secure access for a gas supply in the future. Together, this creates a pathway to potentially competitive lithium and potash production using a modern scalable processing approach.
How is the project structured and what are the key risks?
So the structure is designed to manage risk and capital exposure. So, you know, we earn our equity interest up front and maintain that interest through stage funding up to $2 million over those 3 years, while our partner Omaha Value retains their 49% by funding permit-related costs and milestone payments that are due to the licensors. So UBC has an access and use license over 24 existing wells with associated infrastructure and data. And, you know, as I've said, this is a major advantage from a time and cost perspective. From a risk perspective, you know, we are at the start of our evaluation. We plan to first publish an exploration target to get an idea of the size of the prize. The key to unlocking value here is in the test work, and because that will drive the majority of the operating and capital cost assumptions. Permitting and studies obviously required before any development decision. I think the stage investment approach allows us to systematically de-risk the project before committing larger amounts of capital. And we also plan to apply for grant funding under a number of federal programs to help accelerate our evaluation.
What are the next milestones and expected news flow?
The immediate focus is on our technical evaluation and the value building milestones. So this includes establishing an exploration target, conducting bulk sampling, uh, advancing a DLE pilot with that bulk sample, progressing towards a mineral resource estimate and scoping study. So the indicative timeline shows a steady flow of catalysts through 2026 and into 2027, including test results, the mineral resource estimate, and the scoping study outcomes. Each of these steps is designed to progressively de-risk the project and support future development decisions.
Chris, thank you so much for your time today. It's really exciting progress for Neometals in Utah. We're looking forward to see how this develops and keeping our investors updated along the way. Thanks for joining us.
This investment gives Neometals a disciplined and capital efficient entry into a potentially large US lithium opportunity, leveraging our processing expertise and positioning us within a strategically important supply chain. We look forward to updating the market as we advance the project.